Good morning and welcome to year number 4 of Pitt to the Point. I'm Katie Pearson.
And I'm Sabrina Bunsa. Pitt to the Point is your weekly 1-hour news and magazine program that airs live from the state-of-the-art Pitt studios.
Pitt to the Point covers everything from the University of Pittsburgh to the City of Pittsburgh, as well as national and international events, news, people, and stories.
We're back with your favorite segments such as Alumni Spotlight and Clubbing at Pitt, which showcases one of our amazing student-run clubs here.
We'll feature stories from our incredible University of Pittsburgh regional campuses, and Crossing Over at Pitt is back to show you how different departments at Pitt collaborate on the most innovative teaching in the country.
We have some new segments too, MVP, Most Valuable Professor, and You'll Love Our Pitt in the Wild feature.
And we'll be joined live by our affiliate college and high school partners and their student anchors, who will tell you what's going on in their schools and their communities. Now we are statewide, from Pittsburgh to Lancaster to Philadelphia.
And of course, we'll continue to bring you the most up-to-date news from the world of politics, sports, medicine, and entertainment in the city of Pittsburgh and at the University of Pittsburgh.
Sabrina, this morning there's a buzz in the North Shore as the Pirates prepare for their home opener against the New York Yankees.
Yes, the first pitch will be happening at 4:12 p.m. Very convenient for opening in the 4-1-2.
From Paul Skeens to Aaron Judge and everyone in between, this home opener at one of the best stadiums in America is sure to be a good one.
And speaking of PNC Park, City sports reporter Risa Campbell is live from the stadium to tell us all about the upcoming series. Risa?
It's an exhilarating matchup this weekend in Pittsburgh as the New York Yankees come out to the Steel City for a home opener showdown. As these two iconic franchises face off, history meets the future of baseball right here at PNC Park. Now, this isn't just any series. It's a meeting of past and future, of legends and rising stars.
The New York Yankees and the Pittsburgh Pirates, two iconic baseball franchises, meet once again. Two legendary players, Paul Skeens and Andrew McCutchen, are positively shaping their presence between this old rivalry. At just 22 years old, Paul Skeens has already made his mark. At Louisiana State University, he led the Tigers to a national championship. In the College World Series, he struck out 12 batters in a single game and finished the year with 209 strikeouts, the most in Division I baseball. In his first season with the Pirates in 2024, Skeens was named National League Rookie of the Year, led the Pirates pitching rotation, and made his first All-Star appearance, where he got the best of Yankees captain Aaron Judge. After a dominant first season, Skeens was given the honor of starting opening day for the Pirates in 2025.
Seeing the fans and seeing, what sports mean to this city, obviously we saw it a little bit over the summer, but gives us hope, I think, to what we can do next year.
The single season strikeout record is great. Making the playoffs and winning a World Series is even better, and that happens, from throwing more pitches and being on the mound for a longer period of time.
And while Skeens represents the Pirates' future, Andrew McCutchen embodies its past and present. The former MVP, 5-time All-Star, and the heart of Pittsburgh baseball, McCutchen's return to the Pirates brought back memories of their playoff runs in the early 2010s.
2-pitch. Line drive left field. Andrew McCutchen has won it. The rookie.
In the Pirates' home opener, McCutchen launched his first home run of the 2025 season. And last season, McCutchen drove in 20 home runs, 62 RBIs, and posted an on-base percentage of over .350. McCutchen previously played for the San Francisco Giants, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the New York Yankees themselves before returning to the Pirates in 2023.
Not really chasing numbers. Do I want a championship? Great, yes. Would it be great to do that here in Pittsburgh? Of course. That's part of the reason I do it. But I still feel like there's some in the tank. I still feel like I have more to give. So I go out there. I don't feel like I'm gonna embarrass myself. So and I always say, man, if I felt like I can keep going and keep doing it, not feeling like the game is sped up too much on me, then if I get the opportunity, I'm gonna do it.
After his return, McCutchen continues what could be his final season in black and gold, while his leadership strives to shape the next generation of Pirate stars. The New York
As a diehard Yankees fan myself, I know where I'll be this weekend. I'm personally so excited to see this matchup between the two teams. And with key players on the Yankees like Aaron Judge versus players on the Pirates like Andrew McCutchen, I just know these two teams are going to put on a riveting show for all. The Pirates home opener begins today right here at PNC Park with the remainder of the series on Saturday and Sunday. Now let's take a look at this weekend's iconic must-watch pitching matchups. I'm super excited to see today's matchup between Max Fried and Mitch Keller. And on Saturday, Marcus Stroman will take on Bailey Falter. And on Sunday, Will Warren will take on Andrew Heaney. Live from PNC Park, I'm your City Sports reporter, Risa Campbell. And now we toss right over to the Roberto Clemente Bridge with our City Beat reporter, Delaney Pippon. Delaney?
Thanks, Risa. As you can see, this is an absolutely beautiful view. And Risa, I can practically see you from here. But I think my favorite thing about this view is that I don't see you wearing any Yankees gear. I am live from the Roberto Clemente Bridge, where in just a few hours, hundreds of Pirates and Yankees fans alike will be streaming across, filling into hotels, shops, and restaurants. This matchup kicks off PNC Park's 25th anniversary season, bringing in a new wave of visitors ready to explore the Pittsburgh that we know and love.
Baseball returns to Pittsburgh Friday, April 4th, as the Pirates host the Yankees in their home opener at PNC Park, delivering a major economic boost to the city. North Shore restaurants extend hours, downtown hotels report an influx of bookings, and retailers stock new Pirates merch for the thousands who will visit. Tourism officials note that opening day traditionally launches increased visitor traffic that sustains many local businesses through the summer months. Visiting fans typically stay an average of 2 nights in the city, exploring attractions beyond PNC Park and contributing to Pittsburgh's broader economy.
So I've been a Pirates fan ever since I was 4 or 5 years old, and I've been to almost every single home opener. And this year's just a little different because you have the big bad Yankees coming to town. They're the Bronx Bombers, and it means a lot to the city to get a team like that in here and try and pick up a series victory after what happened the first 2 series down in Miami. And I think it's really big for the city of Pittsburgh as well. Like, we have not the biggest output, but we have so many Yankee fans coming in that are going to be able to experience our culture. And, so many restaurants around the area are going to be able to, just feast off of how many people are coming to these games and whatnot. So I think it's really important for restaurants and businesses alike to prepare for this weekend, because not only are you going to get a big influx of Pirates fans, but a bunch of Yankee fans here, too, that have never experienced what it's like to be in Pittsburgh and to experience this culture that we have set here. So.
Celebrating 25 years on the North Shore, PNC Park introduces new fan experiences for 2025. The Cannonball Stand debuts Pittsburgh-inspired specialties, including fried almond torte, Polish cannonball, and chipped ham empanada, elevating ballpark dining beyond the standard fare. New merch is also hitting the shelves, with the Pirate Parrot foam mask available alongside new t-shirts featuring the pierogi race, arriving in both adult and children's sizes, honoring one of the team's most beloved traditions.
Closing the gap, Sauerkraut Saul is in the lead, and a controversial finish.
Who breaks the tape? That's all I want to know. Who breaks the tape? Jeez.
The Roberto Clemente Bridge transforms into a pedestrian pathway filled with black and gold, honoring number 21 Roberto Clemente, whose Hall of Fame career and exactly 3,000 hits represent Pirates history at its finest.
We're built on a background of steel, and I think that's engraved in every single Pirates fan's heart. Is we're trusting the process, and we have a fantastic foundation built right now. It's just time to put pedal to the metal and really start to take the season seriously. So I think Pirate fans alike are really, really pumped for what the season could bring, and just excited to see our team back in PNC Park.
As you can see, the Pirates home opener isn't just about baseball. It's about breathing some life back into Pittsburgh after a long winter. Live from the Roberto Clemente Bridge, I'm your City Beat reporter, Delaney Pippon. Katie, Sabrina?
Delaney, as people flock to the city for opening day, what industry do you think will be the most impacted, from tourism to hospitality to local businesses?
I want to say because PNC Park is within walking distance to a lot of great restaurants, it's probably going to be restaurants. And I speak from experience because I'm always hitting North Shore Tavern after the Pirates games, personally. Katie, Sabrina?
Thank you, Delaney. A lot of Pirates fans are swarming to the city to see current big-name players. but we can't forget the legends that came before them, like Barry Bonds, Willie Stargell, and Bill Maserati.
And of course, we cannot forget about the great one, Mr. Roberto Clemente. A stellar athlete and philanthropist, Clemente has gone down in history as an all-time great in the world of baseball. Here with us today is Clemente's son, Roberto Clemente Jr. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Katie, Sabrina, good morning. Great to be with you.
So happy to meet with you as well. To start off, what does this game mean to you with your father's legacy so deeply tied to the city?
You know, I always say that I was born with an eye patch. I was a pirate before I was born, right? And the relationship that we have with the city of Pittsburgh is really special. Dad really came here in 1955, 70 years, actually April 17th of this year coming up now is 70 years of his first hit, his first game as a Pittsburgh Pirate. We're celebrating that in a big way. We truly believe that that's when the relationship with the city of Pittsburgh started, and obviously is very strong today. So we're very proud that what he has meant to the city. He really loved the people from the city of Pittsburgh, and the love has been back in tenfold.
And so, as you mentioned, you spent some of your childhood watching your father play in the city. How has Pittsburgh impacted your life?
You know, it's funny because in Puerto Rico, I didn't have as much freedom as I would have in Pittsburgh during the summertime. And for me, freedom was very special. But the treatment of the people here was always very special. So to be able to come in and play baseball during the summertime, go to summer camp. I went to Chatham during summer times and spent a lot of time in Squirrel Hill, all over the city. I spent time every summer and fell in love with the city and the people here. For us to have, to me, live in Pittsburgh now is very special. And now today, a special day is opening day. Opening day is a special day. The team is not doing as well as we want them to do. But today starts this season. I believe being able to play at home is actually very powerful. The fans are behind you. The record, doesn't mean anything when you have the Yankees coming in. You must come out and try to win the series. And if that happens, you can catapult to a special season.
Mm-hmm. And we know that the Pittsburgh camaraderie is through the roof. But I do understand that you were the Yankees' Spanish announcer. So what was it like seeing your two worlds collide, parts of your career and childhood?
It's funny. I always said that I was a National League guy, and I was very fortunate to become the Spanish broadcaster for the Yankees at the right time. I always say it was at the right time because they went for a fantastic run. They won in 1996. I came in 1997. And from that point on, we went to the World Series really every year except 97, but through 2001, really. And it's been a special place in my heart and experience to really fell in love with that organization. Steinbrenner was an amazing person that I knew before, but being there was surreal to be able to be there in the old Yankee Stadium. So much tradition, it's history. But I always say I'm like the real time, Forrest Gump, right? In baseball, I actually have had experiences where wherever I go, somehow if I get connected to the team, they become winners. 1979, the Pittsburgh Pirates, I used to catch in the booth and I was with the team all the time. 1986, New York Mets, I was there with them hanging out, and they win the World Series. You go down the whole list in the Toronto Blue Jays, Houston Astros. I mean, it's and the more I think about it, I'm like, I better start hanging out with the guys here now because I'll be a good luck charm, and I'll see if I can stay around, and I'll see if I can get a ring out of it. I got the rings from the Yankees, I would love a ring from the Pirates.
And so, how did your father impact your baseball career and your eventual broadcasting career?
You know, for me, a lot of people always forget, I was 7 years old when I lost dad. And, what he taught me early on has always stayed with me. But I think that the way he carried himself, his legacy, the stories that I get all the time wherever I go, how people react, they get emotional. It's very amazing how people tear up every time they hear the name. They see a connection that I'm his son. They have to share their story, their loss, how it's inspired them, even without them not even meeting him. It's truly an amazing impact that he still has on people, kids that are learning about Clemente in school in 3rd and 7th grade today. They become Clemente fans because of that story that really kind of connects with your heart of who he was as a human being, more so of a great baseball player as well.
Yes, and I see his impact everywhere in the city. Is there something that you're looking forward to in today's game specifically?
A win. I mean, I all I can say is that it is important if you have the mindset that you're going to win every game, which actually I was part of with the Yankees. We were just talking about they already won the game before they got to the ballpark. You have that attitude and being able to go out and you're playing the Yankees, the series. You must win the series because you know what? At the end of the day, if you think you're going to get to the World Series, this is the team you're going to be meeting with, most likely. So I think that's a great opportunity to start your season today.
Right. And like you mentioned earlier, your father was not just a great baseball player. He was also just a great person and a well-known philanthropist. And I also understand that you are one yourself. Can you speak about some of your initiatives and what they mean to you?
You know, I've been blessed with a great legacy, a great brand of goodwill. And, with the Clemente Foundation, we have been able to do a lot of work of impact throughout the nation and throughout the world now. I truly believe that we are very fortunate that we had mom as a role model as well. She also left her fingerprint, her mark in society. This woman was very, very special. She was a rock. Imagine she carried that torch until the day that she passed, and we owe that to her. We are so lucky she was able to grace our world with her great kindness, and everyone that she touched, they felt special afterwards, and we really miss her. But she was a rock, and because of her, I believe that this legacy has continued to thrive and continue to get stronger every year because of the impact of the story, but also because of what the family has continued to do in goodwill and continue to give.
Yes, and just to finish off, how does the foundation continue to support communities in Puerto Rico and beyond?
Well, I mean, from the hurricane victims, you always, have a boom of people coming in at first, and then when people really leave, we're there, right? We're getting some food for them and so forth. But from the baseball clinics that my father actually started before anyone really, he was doing free clinics and impacting those young players, talking to them about life through the game of baseball. That's something that we've been doing everywhere. Right now, we're working with children's hospitals and making sure that we put little grains here and there, everywhere. And we have been very blessed to continue the civic work that my father started many years ago, and being able to impact those young people's lives and continue to make sure that they're going their right path through the game of baseball.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining with us, Mr. Clemente. We are honored to have you on our show today.
My pleasure.
Now, when we get back, we are going to talk about all things political, including Trump's tariffs and Operation Orange Squeeze, which surprisingly has nothing to do with the fruit.
Well, give us a couple minutes to collect ourselves, and we'll be back with you shortly on Pitt to the Point.
You have to throw caution to the wind. Know you're capable.
There's possible.
The University of Pittsburgh.
And then there's our kind of possible. The kind that changes the face of medicine, tech, and learning.
It might have been called a miracle.
Because when we say it's possible at Pitt, we mean it. And the proof is in the people. Like Rachel Fairbanks, our top of the class and top of the game athlete of the year, who's serving nothing but excellence. Fulbrights, we're full of them. From BB to Jasmine to the next 250, including 10 in the past year alone.
It's really part of that bolstering of our global reputation.
Possible lives inside everyone at Pitt, from every corner of every campus. Like the McGowan Institute, where they are rethinking, researching, and completely revolutionizing how the body heals through a novel approach to regenerative medicine. All led by visionaries like Dr. Chandan Sen.
You can generate tissue types without using stem cells. And now we know that is possible. That will completely change the paradigm of healthcare.
Our kind of possible paves the way through selfless action and giving.
We all come together with a shared goal of giving today to transform tomorrow.
Ever see 11,000 Proud fuel this much opportunity in 24 hours? We have, and you're about to see it too, in the progress all around you, as our people continue to bring our vision and our promise to life, in newer, bigger, and bolder ways. It's possible at Pitt.
Thanks for tuning back into Pitt to the Point. Happen to watch a story today that piques your curiosity? Want to find out more about what's going on in Pittsburgh? Visit our website.
Our website, that's right. If you want to find out more about the world of politics, medicine, business, technology, and so much more, log on to pittothepoint.com.
Not only can you see clips from today's show, but you can also read about the topics that interest you and more. Check it out at pittothepoint.com.
Earlier this week, the Trump administration's 25% tariff on imported vehicles went into effect. Local car dealerships have expressed their concerns with the price change of some of these brands.
It is important to note that the current cars already imported won't be affected, but the models that are yet to be imported will receive the price increase. And this is causing consumers to rush to the dealerships to beat the tariffs.
And in addition to that, this past Monday, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker took the Senate floor in Washington, D.C. to give a speech critiquing some of the Trump administration's recent inactions. He didn't stop talking until Tuesday night, 25 hours later.
Booker's speech set a new record for the longest continuous speech in the Senate, surpassing Senator Strom Thurmond's 24-hour speech in 1957. While not being a filibuster like Thurmond's, he was aiming to control the shape of the general debate about Trump.
And over in Wisconsin, Democrat Susan Crawford defeated conservative Brad Schimmel in the Wisconsin Supreme Court election earlier this week. This comes after tech mogul Elon Musk donated over $20 million to Schimmel's campaign.
Political reporter Nick Bennick has more on how this will impact the federal government. Nick?
Thanks, Sabrina. On Tuesday, elections were held at the Wisconsin State Supreme Court, in which two candidates vied for the position. Liberal candidate Susan Crawford went head-to-head against conservative candidate Brad Schimmel to see who would get the seat.
So today, Wisconsinites fended off an unprecedented attack on our democracy. That's right. Our fair elections and our Supreme Court. And Wisconsins stood up and said loudly that justice does not have a price. Our courts are not for sale.
Liberal candidate Susan Crawford won a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court on Tuesday against conservative candidate Brad Schimmel. This win has made it so liberals maintain a narrow 4-3 majority in the court.
Yeah, I've called Judge Crawford and conceded. No.
Crawford has previously served as a circuit court judge in Dane County and will now be serving as a Wisconsin Supreme Court justice for the next 10 years. This election has been the most expensive judicial race in U.S. history, with both campaigns together costing more than $90 million. A large portion of that came from billionaire businessman and head of Department of Government Efficiency, Elon Musk, who is projected to have spent over $20 million in favor of Schimmel. Musk was a focal point at the end of the campaign, showing up to rally in Green Bay on Sunday in support of Schimmel. There he handed out million-dollar checks to voters and sported a cheese hat to drum up local support. Issues such as abortion rights, public unions, and legislative maps all have the potential to end up in front of this court. There will be another election in the state next year, as Justice Rebecca Bradley will have served her 10 years.
The liberal majority in the court has some serious implications for what policies we will continue to see for the coming year. For Pitt to the Point, I'm political reporter Nick Bennick. Katie, Sabrina?
Nick, this is one of the most significant votes in the country since the presidential election. Do you agree that this result only further solidifies Wisconsin as a swing state?
Absolutely. I mean, in November, Wisconsin leaned towards Donald Trump. They voted red. So the fact that within less than 6 months, they've already turned around and gone to a blue vote for this specific election shows that there's a lot of undecided voters, middle ground voters, and really the campaign, the election, it is what makes or breaks this country. Katie, Sabrina?
Thank you, Nick. Thousands of people in Pittsburgh rely on bus transportation around the city. This could all change under new ideas put forth by the state government, where they propose service cuts, decreasing the agency's operations by 35% without more funding from the state government early next year.
If Pittsburgh Regional Transit does not receive the funding by February of 2026, 98 of its 100 bus routes will be affected, and 41 routes may be completely removed.
In addition to potential transportation cuts, Operation Orange Squeeze has made its return to Pennsylvania Turnpike. The purpose of the operation is to prioritize the safety of construction and turnpike work crews.
The operation comes back into play during April, which is actually Distracted Driving Awareness Month. All drivers should be aware, as the police trade in their cruisers for construction vehicles. Now, it's not about looking out for the Ford Escapes, but the construction pickup trucks too.
Off the turnpike and into Oakland, the largest fundraiser of the year was held on Pitt's campus. Pitt Dance Marathon is a part of a widespread dance marathon movement at colleges, supporting the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. To talk about the huge success, here's our Pitt Beat reporter, Ryan Tarabokia. Ryan?
Pitt Dance Marathon was this past weekend on March 29th at the Charles L. Cost Sports Center. Each year, students and members of PDM get together for a nonstop 12-hour day full of fun to help fundraising for children with cancer. I had the chance to talk to the president of PDM, some participants, as well as Pitt's Broadcasting Club, who was there to capture the special day.
I'm very connected with Children's Miracle Network and the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh through PDM. We work with what we call our multiple families, which are families who have either been through treatment at the hospital or are being actively treated there. And those kiddos really like to come to all of our events because our motto is kind of like we want to make things fun for them while they're going through this really tricky time. That we can provide a little bit of normalcy and fun for them. That's what we want to do kind of with our big fundraisers and programs throughout the year. So it just means a lot.
It's amazing. Like, you do so much work all year, and just to be there and see how day of is, and you can see the Miracle Kids there, and it just really is so fulfilling.
If you're interested in getting involved with PDM, all it takes is some friends and a willingness to help a greater cause.
Setting up for PDM is super easy, and you'll quickly find that we are a super close-knit family of kind, selfless people who are super dedicated to making healthcare more affordable and easier for families to access. So if you're into things like obviously philanthropy and giving back, it's a huge way to get involved with that. We're the largest student-run philanthropy on campus. And we're there's a really wide range of reach to a lot of different community organizations and student organizations.
Well, my roommate heard about it and she wanted to make a team. So she asked us if we wanted to join, my other roommate and I. And we were like, yeah, for sure. So we joined last year as a team, and then this year I just went with my sorority, but still loved being involved.
Pitt's Broadcasting Club had an opportunity to capture the whole day, giving students a chance to get hands-on broadcasting experience, with everyone giving an extra effort for a day as big as PDM.
Since it's such a cause that's really close to all of our hearts, I feel like we definitely put our best effort and our best foot forward when we're going about this broadcast. We start working on it probably the year before. Once this year's PDM ends, we start the next year PDM. And so it's, because it's such an important cause to everyone and because the money is going to a good cause, we want to make it the best broadcast that we can.
If you want to get involved with Pitt Dance Marathon, check out their website, pdm.pitt.edu.
This year, PDM was able to raise over $400,000 for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, bringing their all-time tally to almost $2.5 million. Their fundraising changes lives of young children with cancer, aiding research and healthcare programs. With Pitt to the Point, I'm Pitt beat reporter Ryan Tarabokia. Katie, Sabrina.
Now, Ryan, all of this talk about PDM has made me wonder, what is your favorite dance move?
I've got a couple. I hit a pretty mean salsa. I can Dougie. I can also hit quite the wild stanky leg, but I'd rather not stink up the studio. Katie, Sabrina?
Yeah, please don't do that. Up next, students from our affiliate college and high school, Westchester East, are sharing their experience hosting their first mini-thon, a meaningful event dedicated to supporting children battling cancer. Stay with us.
You have to throw caution to the wind. Know you're capable.
There's possible.
The University of Pittsburgh.
And then there's our kind of possible. The kind that changes the face of medicine, tech, and learning.
It might have been called a miracle.
Because when we say it's possible at Pitt, we mean it. And the proof is in the people. Like Rachel Fairbanks, our top of the class and top of the game athlete of the year, who's serving nothing but excellence. Fulbrights, we're full of them. From BB to Jasmine to the next 250, including 10 in the past year alone.
It's really part of that bolstering of our global reputation.
Possible lives inside everyone at Pitt, from every corner of every campus. Like the McGowan Institute, where they are rethinking, researching, and completely revolutionizing how the body heals through a novel approach to regenerative medicine. All led by visionaries like Dr. Chandan Sen.
You can generate tissue types without using stem cells. And now we know that is possible. That will completely change the paradigm of healthcare.
Our kind of possible paves the way through selfless action and giving.
We all come together with a shared goal of giving today to transform tomorrow.
Ever see 11,000 Proud fuel this much opportunity in 24 hours? We have, and you're about to see it too, in the progress all around you, as our people continue to bring our vision and our promise to life in newer, bigger, and bolder ways. It's possible at Pitt.
Hello and welcome back to Pitt to the Point.
The show has flown by today, but don't you fret, guys. We'll be right back with you next week at the same time, and the week after that, and the week after that.
Pitt to the Point airs every Friday morning at 8 a.m. on the amazing University of Pittsburgh website, the Pitt to the Point website, and the YouTube channel. You can also find a tape version on the show Pittsburgh's CBSN, which is KDKA's TV streaming platform, on Saturday at noon.
And we're excited to say that you can also catch a re-airing of today's Pitt to the Point in Philadelphia every Saturday at 12 noon on CBS Philadelphia's streaming platform.
And while everyone was dancing the night away at Pitt Dance Marathon, students at Westchester East High School were planning to do the same. John Alstrom and Anna Rafeifer have more on their school's first mini-thon. John, Anna?
Westchester East is thrilled to be back on Pitt to the Point and honored to be part of this college and high school endeavor.
Here at East, we are excited for our first ever mini-thon to be held on Friday, April 25th. Modeled after Penn State's dance marathon, our students will dance to raise money for pediatric cancer.
There is added emphasis this year for our first mini-thon as one of our very own juniors is fighting her own battle with this dreaded disease.
At the end of our feature, you will see a QR code in which you too can donate to this amazing cause.
This year, Westchester East will host our first mini-thon event, with all proceeds going to Penn State Children's Hospital and the fight against pediatric cancer. This event is especially meaningful to its vice president, Junior Katie Hebe, who has a personal connection to the cause. Here's her story.
Hi, I'm Katie Hebe. I'm a junior at Westchester East High School, and I'm the vice president of Westchester East Mini-Thon. Mini-Thon is new at our school, and if you've heard of Thon at Penn State, Mini-Thon at our school is a mini version of that, and it's going to be a 3-hour just event, and then we do a big reveal at the end, and all of that money goes to Penn State Children's Hospital in the fight against pediatric cancer.
What does it mean to you to be one of the first people in the first year of this event at East?
It means a lot. I am actually a current cancer patient, so this cause hits near and dear to my heart because I was very fortunate that I had a great support system and people help me, and so to help other kids that aren't as fortunate, it's really rewarding.
What impact do you hope Mini-Thon has on both East and the cause overall?
Just getting it out and having people know what it is, so people don't know the impact that it has on kids rather than adults. So just spreading the word, and our goal is what we hope to impact on people.
We're so proud of our school for getting involved in such an important cause, and we can't wait to see how this event grows in the future.
We want to thank Katie Hebe for being so brave to share her story. Please visit their Instagram page at WCE_Minithon for more information and to donate. Back to you, Sabrina and Katie.
I love hearing about what you guys are doing. Thank you, John and Anna. With so many newsworthy events happening on campus, it can be hard to keep up. That's where our newspaper, the Pitt News, comes in.
Here are the top headlines from our award-winning newspaper. It is Pitt News on Pitt to the Point.
With tax day approaching on April 15th, Pitt accounting students are offering free tax help through the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. VITA, in partnership with United Way, has operated at Pitt for 23 years. 46 student volunteers assist residents and students at the Carnegie Library and Jewish Community Center on Fridays. Volunteers like Hadley Collins say the program provides real-world experience while helping the community. Pitt Student Government Board raised awareness about Sex Ed Week, which happened last week from March 24th to March 28th. Events included Into the Sexuality Verse on March 26th, covering consent and sexual health, and a prevention panel on March 27th, highlighting resources for survivors of sexual violence. The week wrapped up with the Consent Carnival on March 28th. Concerns over pedestrian safety in Oakland brought Pitt students and community members together for a Bate Street safety talk on March 19th. The Urban Planning Club and Complete Streets gathered feedback on dangerous intersections and potential solutions. Pitt organizations are pushing for improvements as PennDOT plans to widen Bate Street. Students hope to share their findings with city planners to advocate for change.
Here at Pitt to the Point, we have a plethora of sports, some you might not know about, including Panther racing. This Formula student racing certainly has a need for speed. Pitt sports reporter Michaela Elmore has more on Panther racing and how, if you ain't first, you're last. Michaela.
When you think about Pitt sports, you think about how fast someone is. Not only are the athletes here at Pitt fast, but the cars are too. The Panther racing team is revving up for another exciting season. Known for their cutting-edge innovation and the relentless drive, this student-based team showcases a variety of talent, engineering, and a love for motorsport. Each year, they design, build, and race one of the top-performing fundamental cars against the top worldwide universities. Deep in the sub-basement of Bedlam Hall, Panther Racing is revving up to take the track this season. With the task of building a real race car, Panther Racing offers an opportunity few other sports teams on campus can offer, a chance to learn about the operations of a motorsport team.
So Panther Racing is a student-led team through the engineering school that designs, builds, and races a Formula-style electric race car.
Panther Racing is a special environment for engineers because not only do they get to apply their skills practically, but the team is structured like a professional race team.
We view our team as a professional motorsports team, which is obviously high level of sports. We subsect into technical and business, but the main goal, at least for me, is to get everyone involved and working to their maximum potential.
Panther Racing mainly competes in the Michigan SAE competition, a 4-day event that tests various aspects of the car, such as a one-lap pace, acceleration, and endurance pace, but also judges the team for its business operations and design. Last year, Panther Racing transitioned to electric power for the first time and placed an impressive 9th in the EV competition.
Last year was kind of a perfect season for what we had set our goals up as. Being our first year, we didn't want to be too ambitious and just overshoot what we could do, so we just wanted something that was functional and worked, and that ended up being very productive for us.
The main goal for this year's car, reducing its weight.
So the biggest thing our goal was, and this has been touched by every single person working on the team, is reducing the weight of the vehicle. That is ultimately the largest driving factor of how fast the car can go, is how much it weighs. It hurts you all throughout the entire track, so that's been our biggest thing. And I can say that we've productively reduced the weight by about 20% this year. So that's going to be a huge increase in performance. Beyond that, we've also been working with our suspension tuning and stuff like that, getting better idea of how that works and honing in all of that, the design there.
Of course, the drivers are the ones who maximize the car's performance, and how they drive makes all the difference in the all-important endurance event.
Yeah, so unlike a lot of racing series, our racing is very focused on the efficiency of the car. The less energy you use, the more points you get. So your driving style changes based on that.
Panther Racing recently rolled out its 2025 Challenger PR37 in March. They are currently testing the car and will head to Michigan for the competition from May 14th to May 17th. With each turn of the wheel, Panther Racing pushes the limits to what's possible. Not only are they showing dedication to their motorsport, but follow along as they race through their journey to the victory. For Pitt to the Point, I'm Pitt sports reporter Michaela Elmore. Katie, Sabrina.
Michaela, how do you think you'd do if you were put behind the wheel in the Panther racing car?
Sabrina, I'm not going to lie. I drive a little fast now in my Dodge Dart, so I don't think that would be the best decision, but I think I would get the job done.
Good. I hope so. Here on Pitt to the Point, we stay in the fast lane. Our next pit stop, Page's Dairy Mart in Southside. They're serving up ice cream, and we are serving up a good time here on Pitt to the Point.
We wear it with pride. Shout it from podiums.
Hail to Pitt. Hail to Pitt.
And prove it out time and time again. It's possible at Pitt. Now we have an opportunity to give these words even deeper meaning by making Pitt possible for all. Because it's not enough to just welcome one of the largest first-year classes in university history. We must ensure that every student from any background has every opportunity to pursue whatever they want to pursue. Thankfully, there's a plan in place to increase access and affordability and eliminate financial barriers for students in need, to help more upper-class students reach the finish line when they meet unseen hurdles, to go dollar for dollar, matching federal Pell Grants to the tune of more than 139 million big ones, to continue opening doors and kickstarting careers, to expand our programs, enhance our support systems, and meet our students where they are, literally, online, in the workforce, and on multiple platforms. Possibility is what drives us, but let's not forget, students are what make us. They are the ones at the center of our mission. They are the ones who will meet the world's needs. We are the ones who can make their possible possible.
Welcome back to Pitt to the Point. Now, it may be around 8 in the morning, but our next segment has me in the mood for a Nancy B. Sundae from one of the most popular spots in Pittsburgh. Entertainment reporter Olivia McDonald has more on Page's Dairy Mart and their recent reopening. Olivia.
Thanks, Katie and Sabrina. Page's Dairy Mart, located on East Carson Street in Southside, is back open for the season. The family-owned business started out as a gas station, but quickly turned into an ice cream shop and has been around for almost 4 generations. This year marks the 74-year anniversary.
Hi, my name is Marcia Pressa. I'm the current owner of Page's, located at 4116 East Carson Street. It's about the south side. Most people would probably just call it an ice cream shop, but to me, it's connecting with their community, giving people a place to come to make memories. It's been in my family for 4 generations, so continuing on the legacy, it means a lot to me. And giving people a place to come where they can enjoy themselves, get unique treats, and just feel like they're part of the city. I think many people assume that our success came overnight. You see the long lines. We're always busy, but it didn't happen overnight. It required generations of sacrifice, endurance, perseverance, and learning from mistakes. But beyond our history, we also have to offer a superior product. Part of what makes us who we are is the opportunity to collaborate with other local businesses, from baked goods to cold brew coffee. We take pride in showcasing the incredible talent within our own community. I believe that people value small businesses, personal connections they make through those businesses. My appreciation for our customers grows year after year, decade after decade, and generation after generation. We strive to evolve. We also remain committed to preserving what makes us unique. It's been incredibly humbling. It makes the hard work, the stress, the tears, the loss feel appreciated and acknowledged, and that's what the awards and all the recognition that we've gotten over the years means to us.
Page's showcases a wide variety of different ice cream flavors, milkshakes, sundaes, food, and more. And during holidays or special events, they sometimes have fun flavors and items for you to try. For Pitt to the Point, I'm entertainment reporter Olivia McDonald. Katie, Sabrina?
Olivia, I'm dying to know, what would your go-to order be at Page's?
So I have to say my go-to order is the Nancy B cookie Arctic swirl that they have. It is the perfect blend of cookies and peanut butter, and it just tastes so delicious. Katie, Sabrina?
Olivia, I am right there with you. And switching gears, being a student here at Pitt is a really good time, but it was even better in the 1960s because that came with many benefits, including watching the Pirates clinch the World Series against the Yankees at Forbes Field. Legend Bill Mazeroski hit the game winner, but I don't want to spoil it all for you. City Sports reporter Risa Campbell has more on this World Series team.
Go. Now, the Yankees and the Pirates have actually battled hard in the past. In the 1960 World Series, Bill Mazeroski stepped up to the plate and delivered a moment that would shatter baseball history. Driving a ball over the 21-foot left field wall of Forbes Field, Bill Mazeroski sealed the Pirates' Game 7 win over the Yankees. Let's take a look at one of the most unforgettable moments this sport has ever seen.
One of the most legendary moments in baseball history happened right here at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. The 1960 World Series between the Yankees and the Pirates came down to a decisive Game 7, where Bill Mazeroski, with just one swing of his bat, cemented his name in baseball history.
October 13th, 1960. The Pittsburgh Pirates and New York Yankees, tied at 3 games apiece, battled for the World Series title in Game 7 at Forbes Field. The Yankees, led by legends like Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra, had dominated the series, but the Pirates refused to back down. In a game that saw 19 total runs and multiple lead changes, the Pirates entered Game 7 in the bottom of the 9th inning with a tied score of 9. Leading off the inning and on the second pitch he saw, Bill Mazeroski launched a deep drive to left field, over the scoreboard out of Forbes Field.
Left field fence for a home run, and the Pirates win it 10-9 and win the World Series. And the fans go wild. Here's Bill Mazeroski, struck the game-winning blow. Hey, wasn't that something, Billy? Oh, I can't even talk. I'm so tired. What'd you do? You didn't have to run very far, did you, boy? What was the pitch you hit, Bill? It was a high fastball.
Mazeroski's home run gave the Pirates a 10-9 victory, securing their first championship since 1925, and to this day, it remains the only Game 7 walk-off home run in World Series history.
Over 6 years later, Mazeroski's home run is still celebrated in Pittsburgh. Every October 13th, fans gather near the site of Forbes Field and his infamous statue to relive this special moment. Live from PNC Park, I'm your City Sports reporter, Risa Campbell. Katie, Sabrina.
Risa, as a diehard Yankees fan, if you were to witness this loss back in the 60s, how would that make you feel?
I mean, you know, I did witness that in Game 1 of the World Series just this last fall with Yankees and Dodgers when Freddie Freeman hit his grand slam. I'm also a very competitive person, so watching that grand slam really made my blood boil. So if I watched that live in the 1960s, I don't really know how I'd feel. I don't know how happy I would be. But one thing I do love about the Yankees is that they have a very passionate fan base. They are a very passionate team. They have the drive, they have the energy. And that is what I'm super excited to see when they come to Pittsburgh this weekend. Katie, Sabrina.
Thank you very much, Risa. Now, all of this talk about ballparks has made me think about food. And so now it might be a little weird, but I'm suddenly in the mood for some pizza.
You know, it's crazy that you say that because so am I. And what a coincidence that we have a slice of information on a local pizza joint up next.
Welcome to the Pitt News, the University of Pittsburgh's daily student newspaper. Through the collaboration of our editorial, marketing, and sales departments, we consistently produce award-winning content and provide our students with invaluable professional experience. The success of the Pitt News comes from our students, and we are proud of the legacy we have created for over 100 years.
There is no patent. Could you patent the sun?
Someone a long time ago had an idea that we could change the way we do things. What if you had over 30,000 big thinkers and believers behind you and $1 billion in research to make it happen? With a will that never quits in a city connected to everything. Well, you'd probably find yourself doing something truly incredible.
Well, if for some weird reason you missed a segment from Pitt to the Point or somehow missed our show altogether, don't fret. We've got a website for that. The Pitt to the Point website, pitt2thepoint.com, has all of your favorite stories, from politics to sports to entertainment, plus so much more.
And on top of that, we also have exclusive articles from your favorite Pitt to the Point personalities. Go check out the website today.
And before the break, we mentioned how we had a little bit of a pizza craving. But for many of our Pitt to the Point students, that craving was satisfied earlier this week at Slice on Broadway. Business and technology reporter Grace Lamberto has more on this business and their recent success. Grace.
Thanks, Katie and Sabrina. Yes, that is right. I satisfied my craving for some pizza at Slice on Broadway earlier this week. Slice on Broadway is a Pittsburgh pizza chain with locations spanning around the greater Pittsburgh region. They recently attended the International Pizza Expo down in Las Vegas and took home the prize for Best Cheese Slice. Like I said, I took a trip to check it out.
So I'm here at Slice on Broadway's East Liberty location. Slice on Broadway just won Best Cheese Slice at the International Pizza Expo in Las Vegas.
Slice on Broadway is a Pittsburgh-based pizzeria with locations spanning around the greater Pittsburgh region. The pizzeria recently earned the award of Best Cheese Slice at the International Pizza Expo in Las Vegas.
All right, so I got the cheese slice and the steak roll already, no flop. Look at that, that's wonderful. Let's see what this is about. Oh. Great crunch. Perfect cheese to sauce ratio. That sauce is a little tangy. That's a wonderful slice of pizza.
The Slice on Broadway team shared on a social media post that, quote, "This moment means everything. It's not just about one incredible slice. It's about the passion, the hustle, and the amazing team behind it all. From the crew at the show to everyone holding it down back in Pittsburgh, we did this together." Slice on Broadway has an extensive menu at all of their locations. They have specialty pies, but you can also customize a pizza however you'd like. Additionally, the menu features different kind of rolls, subs, and garlic knots.
So we got garlic knots. We're gonna try it.
Let's
do it.
Cheers. Steak roll.
It's so
These are amazing.
Overall, I give Slice on Broadway 10 out of 10. This was fun.
As a Pittsburgh native, I would say that this is genuinely the best pizza in Pittsburgh.
As someone from New Jersey, I can say this pizza is very much up to par.
Listen, New Jersey and
New York
pizza is probably the best, but this could be a close third.
100%. I'm from New Jersey, but I didn't get the pizza. I got the garlic knots, and they were quite delicious.
As two people who are Pittsburgh natives, Slice on Broadway has amazing pizza. You should check it out.
It's really good.
If you find yourself enjoying Slice on Broadway as much as we did, you can bring home the magic with their sauce and seasoning. Slice on Broadway continues to make their now award-winning cheese slice in-house daily. You can check them out at their East Liberty, Southside, Beachview, Carnegie, Robinson, or Wexford locations.
Come check out Slice on Broadway Pizza located in East Liberty and the Southside Works. They have the best cheese slice in the world.
To Slice on Broadway's East Liberty location, I personally definitely understand the hype and why the cheese slice was named the best. You can check out Slice on Broadway at any of their locations around Pittsburgh. From Pitt to the Point, I'm business and technology reporter Grace Lamberto. Katie, Sabrina.
Grace, this place is known for how good their pizza tastes, but what would you say about the atmosphere of Slice on Broadway?
So I was at the East Liberty location. It was really homey. It felt like a very family-owned, really well-operated business, and it was a great environment to sit down and enjoy some pizza.
Thank you very much, Grace. Well, today's show has just raced by as we talked politics, ice cream, pizza, and interviewed a local humanitarian.
It raced by so fast that I almost feel out of breath. The same way I felt after dancing at Pitt Dance Marathon.
I don't know about you, Sabrina, but there's so much to talk about. If you missed it, check it out on our website. And now that our show is coming to an end, we're taking our naps, we're going to class, and we're enjoying our weekends. We hope you do too. We'll see you next week on Pitt to the Point.